Hello everybody, welcome to the second iteration of my board game Spoils of Norterria. In this iteration I have created some of the cards that I will be using in the game. Of course these aren't professionally made or anything, and this isn't going to be all the cards, but it is a general gist of the idea of how the cards will look, what they will do, stuff like that, and what kind of cards there are. So to start off with, I have created travel cards, which will be used every single time you travel from one area to the other using these red paths. And they must be pulled no matter what every single time you travel. And these cards basically just give you like a small buff or a small nerf, just depending on how lucky you are. So for example, this one will give you 5 apples, which each heal 125. But some other ones like this one might give you an item, and it'll tell you, how you found the item, what the item is, and what the item does right here. And obviously has the name of the card, a picture, and on the back says travel, so it's a travel card. So this one would be like a small buff. This one would be a small nerf because you're going to take damage from a mugger. So yeah, those are the travel cards, must be pulled every time you travel. I've also created beast cards, which must be pulled in the training grounds or whenever you're entering the resource area, because as you can see there are beasts surrounding it. And so this one is a little bit different. It has the name and the picture, but it also has an HP number on the top left and an attack number right underneath the picture, basically saying how much damage you need to do to it and how much damage it will do to you. Some of the other ones also have special attacks, and also when you kill a monster, it'll also have loot, which is determined by what number you roll on a die. So if you roll 1 through 5, you will get the abyssal spear, but if you roll a 6, you'll get the alien armor. So this is for pretty much all the beast cards. Not all of them have special attacks, only some of them. And of course the health and attack is different for everybody. So yeah, these are the beast cards, which like I said must be pulled in the training grounds or whenever you're entering the resource area. And then I have resource cards, which are probably the simplest of all the cards. And they're just resources. So this one, for example, says lumber. There's a picture, tells you what kind of lumber you have, and then just kind of a description of what it does. And on the bottom right, there's sometimes examine texts, which is just like small little text jokes or something. So this one is an S class, which means it's the best, and they are 3 times enchanted logs. These ones are redwood logs. A class, so slightly worse than S class. And the pictures are kind of similar. You can just kind of tell it's wood. This one is like an ore. Another ore, these are used for lumber, and ore are used for constructing weapons and stuff like that in the game. And then there's also fish, which are used for healing. So leopard, shark, and river trout, different classes. And then lastly, we have the class-specific cards, which are basically just buffs. Buffs or nerfs that can be used throughout the game. So these ones are for craftsman, and this basically gives him additional damage. For the magician, basically same thing. Most of the ones that I've created so far are additional damage. But yeah, so then we got the ones for the warriors. This one increases his health permanently on the cooked beef, and then the vampiric whip basically allows him to regenerate health when he does damage. And then the support card also has his own cards, which are again just kind of small buffs or something. So yeah, so these are the cards I've created. I do plan on making more, but this is how you'll be playing the games with the cards. So yeah, that is my second iteration.